Everyone, thanks for all the support with my videos. I'm very grateful. Today I want to speak about the scandal of affordable housing. Yesterday a story broke that a 3-bedroom affordable house on Oscar Traynor Road in Coolock was going on the market for €475,000. Now, this house was built on public land. Public land, think about it. But this shows you how dysfunctional the system is and how it benefits the rich, the wealthy, the developers at our expense. We've seen the housing misery of more and more people. Sky high rents, record evictions, record amount of homelessness, not to mention record house prices as well, enriching the bankers, enriching the developers, enriching the property owners and making everybody else's life an absolute misery. But this Oscar Traynor site is very interesting because a number of years ago the government demanded that Dublin City Council sell the land off to a private developer. So Glenveagh were more than happy to buy the land and to try and build private housing on this land. This was agreed by councillors, but then there was uproar because some of the councillors and the opposition decided we weren't going to be selling off our public land and demanded that it should be used for public housing. Well, so we thought, but the councillors didn't, because the councillors agreed to a mishmash of cost rental, what they call social housing, and affordable housing, which isn't affordable whatsoever. So it was to be broken down as 40% social, so that's for people who are on the housing list, which thresholds are ridiculously low for people to access as well. 40% cost rental, so for people up to probably €60,000 of an income, they could access the cost rental, probably perhaps a bit lower. And then the affordable housing as well, 20% affordable purchase, which was estimated to be about the 300,000 mark. But now it's come in at 475 at least. And of course Dublin City Council, who are going to speak about it over the next week, I think, in a meeting and try and quantify and give their reasons for why the cost has gone through the roof from 300 grand up to nearly 500,000. They said it excludes VAT and it's reflective of prices at the time, and the reductions around the Help to Buy scheme and the Affordable Purchase Fund brought the prices down. Isn't this ludicrous? Didn't say anything about the huge profits. Don't say anything about the huge profits for Glenveagh, the big developers. Now, isn't this remarkable? Because the affordable housing is a complete and utter con job, because there is an Affordable Housing Act that has to claim that the housing has to be 15% below the market price. So if the market price is extortionate, affordable housing has to be at least 15% below that to make it affordable, which isn't affordable, because somebody to access that house of €475,000 in Coolock would have to be earning a combined income of €106,000. Now, how many people in Ireland earn a combined salary of €106,000? I don't know many. We've seen a huge exodus of people with emigrating out of the country. Young people who are qualified as nurses, doctors, teachers are fleeing the country in their droves because they can't afford any houses here. And when you think this affordable housing nonsense is continuing, it just makes a mockery of that whole system. And it was also interesting because at the time I spoke out about 3.5 years ago about it, to say a solution to the housing disaster we face is public housing. And public housing is something that's open to all income levels. Whoever wants to access it should be able to access public housing. It stays in the possession of the state, which public money is used to build it, and people pay relative to your income. So you pay 20, for argument's sake, 25% of your income on rent. If you lose your job and get ill, you just pay 25% of your income to stay in your home, and the money gets recycled to maintain your homes, facilities, and used again to fund more homes being built as well. Not to mention the added benefit of local economies and employing people directly in local councils. Now, this is a real solution to the housing crisis, not the disasters they try and tell us, like the cost rental nonsense, which is still sky high on affordable rents for most people, and not to mention the affordable purchase scheme, which is completely unaffordable. So all ruse is used to make a complex issue and make it complicated and technical rather than a simple issue. If you base a society on a social good, having a home as a valuable social asset, an economic asset, it's a no-brainer then that public housing that's universal is the way to go. But again, this flies in the face of the European Union, who told us during the bailout to say stop building public housing and open the door to vulture funds, real estate investment trusts, who pay next to no tax, charge extortionate profits, and tie people to a lifetime of misery, paying sky high unaffordable rents well into their retirements. And who knows then what happens. For instance, we could see an explosion of the homeless disaster. Rather than dealing with our housing crisis as source and seeing a home as a social good, which is a base point in society, I would see it as rather than huge profiteering that's going on and a huge transfer of public money, public land into the hands and pockets of a very few small percentage of the population, and not to mention the bankers also make a fortune out of this as well. And again, who do the political establishment represent? Not interested in serving the people, but all this nonsense. So this is something that's a real solution for the housing disaster we face, and it's up to the councillors to start standing up for those real solutions rather than actually just have this nonsense solution such as affordable housing, which is completely unaffordable. So thanks for the support. Please press subscribe to my YouTube channel, and take care. Talk to you all soon. Slán. Bye bye.